Have you ever heard a dog scream with joy? Not bark, not howl, scream. The Nova Scotia duck-tolling retriever, the Toller, produces a high-pitched shriek that sounds less like a happy dog and more like an alarm you can't turn off. New owners panic. Neighbors call to check if everything's okay. But Toller people smile, because that scream means everything is exactly right. Today, we're counting down 10 reasons why this little red retriever is unlike any dog you've ever met. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. That famous scream. Let's address the sound in the room. The Toller scream isn't distress. It's pure, unfiltered excitement. A high-frequency shriek that erupts when the leash appears or a beloved human walks through the door. The AKC describes it as a penetrating, high-pitched bark, but owners call it what it is, a scream. The sound served a real purpose in the breed's early days along Nova Scotia's cold, windswept shorelines. A normal bark couldn't cut through coastal wind, so Tollers developed a frequency that carries across water and through heavy weather. What sounds dramatic to us was simply practical communication for them. You'll never sneak a walk past a Toller. The whole neighborhood will know your plans before your shoes are on. But the scream hints at something deeper. Number 9. Born on the shore. The Toller's origin begins in early 1800s Nova Scotia, where hunters needed a dog that could do something no other retriever could. The technique is called tolling, luring curious ducks toward shore by playing fetch along the water's edge. Ducks, strangely fascinated by a fox-like dog bounding and spinning at the shoreline, paddle closer for a look. Once within range, the hunter stands, the ducks flush, and the Toller retrieves them from the water. It's part performance, part hunting, and entirely unique to this breed. Generations of selective breeding sharpened this shoreline theater into pure instinct. Even a Toller who's never seen a duck still carries the choreography in its DNA. And watching one work is mesmerizing. But all that instinct comes with a very active mind. Number 8. A brain that never rests. Tollers are frighteningly intelligent, and that's not always a compliment. A smart dog that wants to please you is a joy. A smart dog that wants to outthink you is a Toller. They study your patterns, learn which cupboard holds the treats within days, and figure out that a gentle nose bump to your elbow followed by a meaningful glance toward the leash hooks gets results faster than barking ever could. This isn't the eager-to-impress intelligence of a border collie. It's the quiet, calculating cleverness of a dog who watches everything and files it all away. Tollers don't need you to entertain them because they're already 3 steps ahead, quietly running their own agenda while you think you're in charge. Which brings us to number 7. Number 7. An engine that won't idle. If you're picturing a calm, couch-loving retriever, erase that image now. Tollers were bred to work all day along cold shorelines, sprinting, spinning, swimming, retrieving, and that work ethic hasn't faded one bit. A bored Toller will redecorate your home with creative enthusiasm. Long walks, fetch sessions, agility training, dock diving. These aren't optional extras. They're the bare minimum for a dog whose internal battery simply does not run out. The flip side is that a well-exercised Toller is an absolute dream. That high energy channels into focus, playfulness, and a joyful presence that fills a room. Skip a day, though, and your Toller will remind you with a level of creative chaos that's almost impressive. But energy without emotional connection means nothing. Number 6 is where Tollers truly shine. Number 6. Deeply feeling. Tollers are sensitive in a way that surprises even experienced dog people. They feel everything: your moods, your stress, the shift in energy when tension fills a room. They're emotional sponges, absorbing the atmosphere of your home like few breeds can. When you're down, a Toller won't bounce around demanding play. They'll lie quietly beside you, head on your knee, offering a steady, wordless presence that somehow makes everything feel manageable. This sensitivity cuts both ways. A chaotic household or raised voices can unsettle them deeply. They need stability and calm, and when they get it, they give back tenfold. Tollers don't just live with you, they feel with you. But that emotional depth makes training a unique challenge. Number 5. Training the untrainable. Here's the honest truth. Tollers are highly trainable, but maddeningly difficult to train. They learn commands in seconds. Sit, stay, come, done. But then they look at you, weigh your request against whatever they'd rather be doing, and make a calculated decision. A squirrel, an interesting scent, or simply the belief that they know better. Any of these can override your command. Training requires creativity, patience, and a sense of humor. Traditional repetition bores them instantly. They need sessions that feel like games, challenges that engage their problem-solving brain, and rewards actually worth their attention. What really motivates a toller is the partnership itself. Make training a collaboration, not a demand, and you'll unlock a dog who'd walk through fire for you. Number 4. The family paradox. Tollers don't fit the typical family dog mold, and that's exactly why they work in the right homes. They're reserved with strangers, warm up on their own timeline, and reserve their deepest affection for their inner circle. With their family, they're devoted beyond measure, joining every activity, supervising every room, inserting themselves into every moment. They're gentle enough for respectful children, energetic enough for active teenagers, and attentive enough for adults craving genuine companionship. The catch? Families who want a dog that ignores them most of the day should look elsewhere. A toller wants in on everything. And they mean everything. If you're eating dinner, they're under the table. If you're folding laundry, they're supervising from the bed. But they're also goofier than you'd ever expect. Number 3 proves it. Number 3. The eternal puppy. Most dogs mellow with age. Tollers apparently missed that memo. At 8 years old, they still greet the day like a puppy discovering the world exists entirely for their entertainment. They'll steal socks, initiate chase games, and bring you a toy with the same hopeful expression they had at 8 months. This playful spirit isn't just youthful energy. It's woven into the breed's DNA. Tollers were designed to be playful because tolling itself is essentially an elaborate game of shoreline fetch designed to deceive ducks. That playfulness never switches off. It softens with age, becomes slightly more dignified, but never disappears. Living with a toller means accepting that your home includes a permanent fountain of joy that has not received the memo about growing up. But before you rush out to get one, number 2 is the warning every new owner needs. Number 2, not a small golden. This is the trap. People see a smaller red retriever with a feathery tail and think they're getting a compact golden. They're not. Tollers are sharper edged, more independent, more intense, less universally affectionate with strangers. A golden accepts belly rubs from anyone. A toller side-eyes a guest for 20 minutes before deciding they've earned eye contact. Their energy is different too. Not happy, bounding enthusiasm, but coiled, focused intensity that needs direction. Owners who expected a mini golden learn quickly that these are fundamentally different dogs sharing only a family resemblance. But once you understand what a toller actually is, and stop wishing for what it isn't, something clicks. You realize you didn't settle for less. You found something rarer. And that brings us to number 1. Number 1. The quiet devotion. Here's what toller owners never say out loud. They've stopped comparing their dog to other breeds. After experiencing the combination of fierce intelligence, deep sensitivity, boundless playfulness, and that ridiculous joyful scream, the idea of owning anything else feels like a compromise. They won't tell you this over coffee. They'll just mention how clever their dog is, how expressive, how unlike anything they've owned before. The Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever doesn't need to be the most popular breed. They just need to be the one that quietly rewrites your definition of what a dog can be. And once you've been screamed at by a toller who's simply happy to see you walk through the door, you understand something that can't be explained, only experienced. Taller owners belong to a small club bonded by a sound most people mistake for distress. The scream, the brilliance, the sensitivity, and the endless playfulness together create a breed that demands everything and gives back more. If you've ever been screamed at by a happy red dog, give this a like and share it with your fellow dog lovers. Have you met a taller? Drop your stories in the comments. I love hearing them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.